everybody, welcome back to Stringman Guitars. We're down here in the underground lair with an Ibanez. It is an RG270 DX. It's been modified and it needs a setup. The neck is way too flat. Either that or the action needs to come up a little bit. So let's do our due diligence. It's tuned to pitch, and we want the 10 thou, not the 12. And we're going to measure at the body joint with a capo at the first. And let's see what we get. 7th for, oh boy, yeah, that's like maybe 3/1000ths of relief. So we're going with the same string gauge, and these are fairly new strings according to Buddy. So what we're going to do is we're going to just, oh poop, it doesn't have the flap open truss rod cover, so we're going to have to take the truss rod cover off. Let's do that right now. And let's hope the truss rod works. Okay, it looks like a 4 in there. There we go. It is a 4. Let's release it. Boy, is that tight. Okay, so we made a truss rod adjustment. Actually, 2 truss rod adjustments. And let's see. We got our relief right, 10 thou, and we're at 5/64 at the 17th fret. A little floppy on the bass side, a little buzzy on the bass side. Alright, I am going to raise the bridge a little bit on this. Let's do that and see what happens. But we're going to wait to put the new strings on. So let me do the new strings and we'll go from there. We're going with a set of D'Addario 13 to 56s for drop A or standard A tuning. This is a strange looking Floyd Rose, licensed Floyd Rose. I've seen these before and they are not great. You know what? I want to check to make sure we don't have noise. Make sure there's no gremlins in here. Okay, we're going to spray the switch. There's just a little noise in the pots. We'll work them back and forth and that'll go away. Alright, so put new strings on here and figure out this weird Floyd Rose, which isn't really a Floyd Rose, and we'll go from there. Hey everybody, so through some movie magic, we've got our Ibanez RG strung up, and this goofy bridge, it's stringed through the back. There's no locking system here, and yeah, we had to raise the action a bit, but we're going to have to let this sit and acclimate to the new strings. We did have a problem. I noticed when I was unstringing this, the highest treble string, in this case the tuner for the A, way up here, that one, right here, the tuner was slipping. Like, what's wrong with this? So here I looked and saw that there was no bushing, so I cannibalized an old tuner I had in the junk drawer and took the bushing out of that and stuck it in between the lock washer and the tuning machine itself. Now it actually works. So that's good. We have our bridge flat with the body. We've got our fine tuners here that are, what's going on here? It's just tight. I guess I'll put some lubricant on those as well. It appears that the intonation is good except for the C string, which would be normally a G. It's a little bit sharp. But once again, we're going to let this acclimate. I'm going to put it on a stand and we'll revisit it tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Hey boys and girls, we are back with our Ibanez RG270DX. It's got this weird string through Floyd Rose. The strings actually go into the ends, which you would ordinarily use to change your intonation, and fit right up in there. So you got the ball ends back here. There's no locking the ball ends down. It's weird, but it is what it is. Licensed Floyd Rose. So we have our adjustment screws backed out about halfway of their travel, and we checked our, we're in tune right now. Let's check our relief. Let's see here. We're at 10 thou. And because it's floppy, you need a little bit more than your 4/64. We got 5/64 and we got 5/64. So far, what did we do? We cleaned the fingerboard, we polished the frets, we oiled the fingerboard, cleaned up some of the gunk down here, we oiled the knife edges so that whenever the block is out of the back, the trim will float without any problems. We cleaned the pots, cleaned the switch, and I actually think I have a switch I can put on there for him. We have not put these on yet, the lockers for the nut. So to do that, what I like to do, I like to bring the thicker strings up to about there. Just a little bit flat. Now I can't get it out of tune. We also replaced that bushing on the high E, as it were, even though this isn't tuned to E, but that's string. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and put the first, and Buddy had a great idea. I don't know where he got this, but he's got on these locking screws Phillips head screws instead of the 3/8 inch hex keys, because if you happen to be out on a gig and you don't have a hex key with you, you can always find a number 2 screwdriver. Okay everybody, we are in tune, but of course the bridge still has its block in it. The bridge plate is flat with the body, so what we have to do now is to get our big screwdriver and we start tightening the screws for the claw until that comes loose. Turn it. Let's see what it looks like here. Okay, it's still flat with the body. Let's see if it's still in tune. I doubt it. Okay, it is sharp. And it's a little bit sharp down there. So we're going to release the screw just a little bit on that side. And we're going to release a little bit more on the top because it's more sharp on the top. And we're still level. So that's in tune. We still have to release the top a little bit more. There we are. I could actually tighten up just a little bit because one side will throw it off. Okay, I can live with that. So we have the block out. Everything is floating. The bridge is flush with the body. For this. So where did we end up? The only thing I have to do yet is still do the pickup height. But our string height, 5/64, 5/64. Our relief, it should not have changed. At the body joint, 357. 10,000 just sneaks in there. Okay, I like how stable these necks are. Maybe we won't need anything. Maybe it's actually in here right. No, it's not. So we gotta drop this down some. That's good. All right. This is a goofy Floyd Rose. You don't have the chiclets to lock the strings down. It's a string through bridge. You put the string in the end and pull it through. The ball end is in there, which is why this guitar, even though it was more simple to set up than your standard Floyd Rose with all the chiclets and stuff like that, that makes it harder to dial in. Well, the chiclets are out of the way, and those extra screws and whatnot are out of the way, but the ball end takes longer to stretch in the string with all those wraps around it than if it's just the ball end is cut off and you put the string in a hole and tightened on the chiclet, right? so it's a trade-off. Our string height is good, our relief is good, pickup height's good. Oh, we shot some cleaner in both the switch and the pots, and this is a push-pull pot. And let's just throw the noisemaker on to make sure that that's still good. And I think I have a black knobulator I could throw on here for Buddy. That's good. That's good. Okay, that's good. So everything about this is good and done. I just have to wipe it down, call Buddy, tell him to get it out of the house. I want to thank you for joining us for this episode of Stringman Guitars on this Ibanez RG. And if you need your axe sharpening, you live in the greater Pittsburgh area, I'm as close as Facebook. Send me an instant message. Please like, subscribe. Love you a long time. Take care of your neighbor. Love your neighbor like yourself. Take care of the old folks because they're precious. And take care of each other. Be careful out there. Peace. Love you guys. Thank you.